The second semifinal starts. It's yet another best of 5. The winner has a guaranteed prize money of $3,000. Sock would double his career earnings with one win in the best of 5. This man is coming from the open qualifier into the top 4. An amazing run for the Korean. But his opponent is the strongest undead in competitive Warcraft, a 2-time world champion who was struggling a bit in recent months, especially during WGL. But he seems to be back in shape. New creep routes, new army compositions, new timings. The newbie player is stepping it up once again. We saw that 0-0. This is Sock versus 1-2-0.
And according to the best undead in competitive Warcraft, this is the best matchup for his race. And certainly for himself then as well, saying that against human, undead fares the best. And some prominent human figures around the scene seem to echo that as well. It was, I think, was it before 1.30? When Infi was already sounding pretty desperate against undead. And as you said, we don't see this matchup much anymore. But here we're gonna have another chance to judge what it's like.
Fast DK Tet Fiends. On the other side, it's an Archmage. Question here is, expansion right away? Laboratory first? Expansion at all? We don't know. From Asian players, I haven't seen the meta strategy on European ladder, which is kind of Paladin rifles. Especially that's what made Thorazane really strong against Happy. Also, a Blood Mage. Let's see.
Yeah, I think Pally Rifles really hasn't hit Asia yet, though. Has it? I haven't seen it once.
Nope.
Whereas, yeah, Thorazane very fond of it. Hawk also very fond of it occasionally. Acolyte Scout, though, confirms the norm. It is the AM, starting off with creeping. Big question here is, Expo, yay or nay? Has always been a hard expansion map, this one. But against Undead, it is certainly easier to make work than against Night Elf, or especially against Orc.
1-2-0 is the king of last hits with ghouls, acolytes, skeletons. So that first one was really close. Can he grab one of those rogues to prevent level 2? No, he can't. Acolyte is too hurt. DK is moving over, taking up the first troll here, and Lucky and Snare on the footman. This could be first blood drawn right here.
He didn't attempt to go for the 4 units around, when it was actually a pretty easy one. Has to chase further now, has to invest another coil. By the way, also got his first skeleton ensnared from the creep camp when he started it, which is far from perfect. So, a few minor mistakes, but unnecessary, sloppy mistakes by 1-2-0 in the early.
Sock is not expanding. Tech to tier 2 right away. Same goes for 1-2-0. He's a little faster. And the skirmishes start. Summon versus summons. Water Elemental versus Skeletons. Footman joined the fray now as well. In the game against Moon, Sock was very, very, very careful. Oh! With his mana. What was that? The coil was way too early.
That was a third sloppy mistake right there. Yeah, he really wanted that last hit because it would have given him level 2. But it wasn't even nighttime yet. He had vision of it the entire time. He just didn't click on it to see the HP bar. And didn't realize it was above 100.
Forces are under attack.
Well, 1-2-0, not in tip-top shape just yet in this series.
That was the case against Lorelite as well, right?
Yes.
That he started off slow with quite a few mistakes, and the longer the series went, the better this boy became.
The town is under siege.
But you mentioned momentum, and yesterday's quarterfinal of Sock vs. Moon started very good for him as well, for the human, with 2 keeper kills that were like, what the hell is happening here? And that gave him the jump start and gave him confidence for the rest of the series. And now, his Archmage is almost level 3 already.
One more skeleton, and he's there, and boom! Gets it! Now so strong with those water elementals. Can he really find kills with this? No, but he can drain mana and perhaps steal some creeps away from 1-2-0, which of course very important to acquire that experience once you get level 3 here as quickly as possible. Full surround on that rogue. Coil again way too early, but he still got the last hit.
Yeah, he made it work somehow. Level 3 is close. Couldn't deny that Water Elemental. More right clicks on this DK now, but he's close to Blight, has the aura, so that should be fine. No Fiend kill. Lich is coming now as tier 2 is done. Sock waiting for tier 2 still. Has the Blacksmith up for Rifleman. The first ones are coming tier 3 for the Undead.
So what's gonna Sock do with these rifles? You can either play just one base map control, or you can tier 2 expand. At that time in the game, the Undead is very weak. With a perfectly timed creep jack, with Lich and DK coming in, with skeletons and such, it can be painful for the human, but if he's not disrupted whilst creeping the gold mine, that could be a good timing for the expansion. MK is coming out now, you kind of have to wait for that, but then he could expand, perhaps. That being said though, he's rather low on number, so perhaps not quite a possibility yet. But if he goes into just a one base versus one base game, A-bombs versus rifle caster in the end, trying to out-micro 1-2-0 is going to be a tough task.
Sock had a pretty aggressive early game, stealing a lot of experience away from 1-0's side. Of course there's still the shop, of course there's still the natural, of course there's still the mercenary camp, but the goblins in front of his base are gone, the murlocs have been taken out already, and he got a little bit of the laboratory camp. While on his side, everything is still up for grabs.
Playing indeed a very aggressive AM, not trying to get level 4 early, which oftentimes we will see other human players do. He got that last hit with the Nova, right? Yeah, he did. He's putting good pressure on those fiends. DK is consistently low mana this entire game, and the MK is going for the natural creep. Even without the AM or the water elementals, obviously. Takes out the scouting skeleton, but the other one will come up here in time to find what's going on. But probably not going to be in time for the rest of the Undead army to be aggressive against this.
Lich and DK are way too hurt, I feel. There's another Water Elemental. Mountain King rises up, gets the Potion of Invulnerability. Never bad to have against Undead. 1-0 needs statues like now.
Forces are under attack.
Yeah. And, you know, that's always the weakness of the Undead. Always has been. Very weak before tier 3. But it's coming in now. He's gonna get the orb, but he doesn't have the third hero yet. He doesn't have Destroyer form yet. He doesn't have the second statue yet. So it's still gonna take a little bit longer for this Undead force to really come to full potential. More time for the MK to solo creep. He's almost level 3 already, so quick with his progress. Yes, the AM is delaying his own way towards level 4 a little bit, but that seems to be a good call.
Sock is moving over now. Creep Jack. No expansion, no tier 3, by the way. Trying to aim for the statue, has to micro away, but there's the Nova. Coil as well. Invul Potion on the Mountain King could swap that, but he wants the kills. Finally wants to take out the Fiends.
Yeah, gets that one easily. Aggressive coil, no coil there for that Fiend. MK moving forward. Another Fiend could be his prize, but is not gonna go too deep there. Doesn't want to step on Blight, I suppose. He's slowing down. 1-0 here. Doesn't allow him the creep camp. Holds on to the MK's mana. Doesn't have much of a force standing just yet. He doesn't know about the Crypt Lord timing with the third hero coming in. That is going to be a big upgrade for the Undead. Is he going Crypt Lord even? Yes, he is.
Okay. Impale coming. Coil Nova to take a priest out, so only one healer in.
But that could be the Fiend killed as well.
Clap to slow things down, can't micro the Fiend away. That's also no Dark Ritual. That is level 3, but the second priest is down as well.
Damn, they're taking heavy blows. Both of them.
Both of them. 1-0 is again scouting for this expansion. Expecting it so hard, but Castle Tech is at 1/3. That was delayed as well, but only 3 and 2 on the Undead heroes. If he takes this Rock Golem, he has no damage for that. Stealing the big consumable would be massive. Still holding
All
on to
heroes
the
here struggling with the mana a little. First Destroyer being morphed. He can dispel against the water elementals a little bit, but can't dive in too deep. 4 rifles here on the field already. Sock committing for the Rock Golem. Maybe losing a couple of units for this, but gets the item and the experience, giving up 1 rifle for this. DK dropping low, but should be fine.
Absolutely worth it. Like 1 rifle, 1 footman for a big invul. And the denied experience blocking the Lich now. There's no mana, just barely. And the
but 2 snares now.
Yep. And the coil was ready. So Lich is back up. Sock is struggling now. Hello, Crypt Lord. Hello, Impale. Hello, maybe 2 dead Rifleman.
Here's another one right there. He's got 1 Stormbolt to use. Has to use it wisely. Impale there coming in against the heroes. Invul Potion a little early perhaps. Trying to aim for the hero kill. And he's gonna get that Crypt Lord. Takes him out. Only level 1 hero though. Archmage at the same time. Has to be careful.
Ooh, that next Nova could have killed him. Ends up on the priest anyway. Close to level 4 DK. Lich made a level in this fight. This could have been way more. Mountain King level 3.3. Archmage is not stuck. Okay, he's level 4 now and the Paladin is coming too. And we got tier 3. What's it going to be? Dispel, upgrade, waiting for Inner Fire of course.
Yeah, Paladin's gonna be a really big help, especially for this Mountain King. And Wonder is going into more Fiends here, reproducing them. Other undeads will oftentimes in the late game go to double Slaughterhouse to just have mass A-bombs and a couple of statues / destroyers.
Abominations are coming as well. Plus Flute for 120 now.
Glad about his choice now to remake the Fiends, I guess. MK, almost gonna be level 4. It's gonna be level 2 Clap, I think, for him then.
Yeah, with those Fiends and the Abominations coming in, Clap seems the more useful thing.
Oh, and the Bracers are so good.
Yeah, the Archmage is so happy about this little gift.
I may even want to keep it on the MK if he can secure his AM safely in the back.
Yeah.
But the TP is gone. He doesn't have Invuls. 120 might be stealing the Invul from the human shop. In fact, he did. And now the Undead is moving forward, morphing out a Destroyer. Oh my god, going for the Archmage right away. The Holy Light is just barely there in time. But following him with the DK, the Cloak of Shadows!
Whoa!
Not just the coil! Are you serious?
Oh my god, the Krypton again taking a lot of hits, but the Archmage waiting for the shot. There, this time the Cloak isn't enough and the Archmage falls. Level 4 on the Mountain King, but what's it worth? That shop, to skip the shop. Oh, he's regretting that so much now.
Dude, I can't believe he saved himself with the cloak, and then he reveals himself again to summon a water elemental on 200 HP. Are you serious? He got a lot of kills though, to be honest. He got 2 Fiends, and I think a Destroyer, maybe, but probably not a Destroyer. And the TP, obviously.
Yeah.
So yes, he lost the AM, but he got some return kills.
Buys it back from the altar. That takes some time. We go still Riflemen and Priests. Nothing else. Well, of course, Paladin. I know that. Expo for 120 in the works, though. And Sock has to scout it. Is on the way, but the Water Elemental expires. Rock Golem. Red Spot for the Undead. And the levels are starting to become scary.
Absolutely. Especially once Crypt Lord hits level 3, the life of caster rifles sometimes doesn't just get hard, but just gets over. As the Impale is so strong there, and more mana, obviously. Khadgar's Pipe would be insane. Destroyer scouting. He's doing that well as well here, 120 is. But he knows, as long as there's no AM, he doesn't have to fear much.
Yeah. This is a free creep spot. Warsong Battle Jumps would also be insane. The second damage boost. Helm of Valor. Meh. Most likely the weakest, or one of the weakest. We have a staff now for Sock. That was missing as well. Couldn't afford it earlier. That will help for sure.
Did he scout the expansion, I wonder?
On the way with the peasants.
He's setting up his own counter expo. Here we go.
But scouted right away.
Yeah. Wonder still at only 50 supply though. He doesn't have that overwhelming force just yet. He has really strong heroes. Close to fairly big level ups as well. But only 1 A-bomb.
First Abomination is out. Disease Cloud researched. No Necropolis here to wall this off. And only 1 Acolyte now building the next ones and breaking upkeep. With the Disease Cloud being done. That was a little bit of time for Sock, unpunished, but, well, the punishment is in the experience bars. Close to level 5 DK, close to level 4 Lich, kind of close to level 3 Crypt Lord. I guess Sock can't allow this.
Yeah, he scouted this. He knows the Destroyers are somewhere else. This is a pretty good timing for him, all things considered. 10 supply missing. AM once again very far forward, buddy, please. Get in the back.
Staff is on him as well. And the Invul is on the
forces
Mountain
are
King
under
as
attack.
well. There's no protection on the first hero again. Impale, maybe going for the Paladin. Oh yeah, Coil Nova, baby. Wrecked in seconds. He's getting a Fiend, but eats it. So no additional experience in the Destroyers, taking out the Passants in the north.
That was a really well executed hero kill. He impaled the Archmage so he couldn't staff him, and then nuked out the Paladin. Really well done. Level 4 now for the Lich. Plenty of mana. I can eat those skeletons for basically a Nova now. Even more than a full Nova now.
Level 3 on the Crypt Lord.
Oh, baby.
This nuke is starting to get insane. And Sock had no solution to it before. Destroyers, move the way now.
1-0. How calmly he just keeps up the Destroyers up there. He's like, yep, I can leave 10 supplies somewhere else. No problem.
And my only dispel.
Paladin's back. Was of course only level 1. Can go for an Invul now. Has a heal pot
forces
as
are
well.
under attack.
Destroyer still being so annoying at the expo. But 1 rifle being sent back should actually be good enough. So battling for the red camp. Fiends should be pretty easy kills here, shouldn't they?
Yep.
But he
Yeah.
wants to go for the heroes.
Quite a few coils. There's no TP on the Death Knight. Only a mana potion. And we don't have Death Pact, so forcing this DK away might have been the right idea.
Oh, Nova hitting, and the Crypto's lining up the Impale! Hitting 5 of the targets, 1 kill, 2 killed easily. Now perhaps kiting back. Dispel coming in against the inner fire as well. The coil comes in towards the Fiend, doesn't get that kill. Heroes dropping low as well. 1 Destroyer at least getting taken out here. Sock gets something, but that Impale was insane as well. Flying Machines now coming in against the Destroyers, and there's no web, but it's only 2 gyros, 3 gyros. They're getting taken out as well. Going for the Fiends now next. Another one will be falling. Another Impale coming in. That was a decent one, but also the last.
Oh, the Nova in the backline hitting everything. Coil level 3 now, and only level 2 Paladin. He's getting the Fiends, yes, but the Destroyer survives the Gyrocopter, so free reign basically in the air. Archmage low again, Mountain King low. What to heal now? It's the MK first. Sock heavy losses. 48 supply, once again 10 supply down. GG! 1-2-0 takes map number 1.
There was 1 A-bomb and ghouls split towards the human expansion at the same time. Disrupted mining there.
Crazy how he was able to fight without 2 Destroyers first.
Yeah.
That was 10 supply. And then without an Abomination and 2 ghouls, that's like 8 supply. And still makes it work. Really good. Solid play by 1-0.
Absolutely. After stumbling a little in the early, so weird to see, you know, these world-class players make these super unnecessary, sloppy mistakes in the early, and then, you know, play so exceptionally well later on. But yeah, keeps on happening.
Seriously needs some time to get in the groove or finding the right gear or something. It's crazy. Thank you, Blunt Force, for the sub, and Mercurius4 as well.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I don't know that I like the how to put this, tech timing perhaps too much for Sock there. I think if he goes for the tier 2 expansion, usually that comes up rather without too much punishment, and then you can go up to 60-70 supply. Then you have this big rifle force. You can go for a heal thrower 2 as well, and then maybe you can tech if you really want that Paladin. Also, he went tier 3 kind of just for the Paladin. He also had Inner Fire, but he never really seemed to have the mana. It just seemed like Sock, he was always a little bit off. He had a little bit too little mana. There was 1 heal scroll missing all the time. The Expo was just a little bit too late. And in the grand scheme of things, that didn't look too difficult for 1-0.
Yeah, in the end, certainly, once you have 4, 3, 2 heroes, you just chew through this and kill so much. Like in every engagement, he got 2 or 3 kills with that aggressive Nova. Echo Elves next. Sock's choice. Certainly one of the best human maps here in this matchup.
If you want to early expand, this is one of the easiest, if not the easiest. It's probably the easiest, right? Maps to make it work on. As both players are about to be ready. 1-0, you're taking a moment.
As always. He's always a little slow with that.
Perhaps it's the cat again. Here we go. Countdown starts. Map number 2. The Chinese in the lead.
Alright, could be a pure Chinese final after a very good Korean tournament overall. And map 2 starts here. So, is this Archmage again, or will we see a Mountain King first?
I think it's AM. MK always seems a little gimmicky. You can make it work on ladder, yes, but I haven't seen it in pro games in forever, honestly. If the undead micros properly against it, doesn't get the bolts around it stupidly, and then suddenly it's 5 ghouls harassing you and the MK is out of mana, you have no expansion, gargoyle starts swooping in, can be a world of trouble. Yeah, I think the AM is the more reliable choice and the more sensible one.
True that. He has to take things a little more careful, as the Archmage just exploded in the mid to late game on Amazonia. We have a new sub here. Thank you, Your Dad 666 for the 20-month resub. Support from Hive Workshop, or support Hive Workshop. Yeah, the Hive Workshop, great homepage for custom maps and games and everything. hiveworkshop.com.
Normal opening here by both. Ted Fiends from 1-0 side. And yeah, it is the AM for Sock. So, did 1-0 watch my YouTube tutorial video? And is he gonna go for the level 2 creep right away? Probably not. Nobody really does this. Has a few risks, but would give him level 2 right away. And the more game-determining question, is this gonna be a fast expansion this time around? I think so. Sock even showed that against Keeper on CH. He's willing to play a fast expo, even on AZ, actually. So why not here?
Yeah, it's kind of an okay level 3. And it's so far away. Maybe you can even get mercs.
Yep, at a later point. But he's gonna be going for the Ogre first with 4 Militia. Then the little green camp with AM and footies only probably. That's gonna be level 2. Acolyte Scouts. Confirms. DK. What's the DK doing? Oh!
He was moving back and forth and back and forth. He didn't get the rod.
Yeah. Shop delay right there. I know that feel.
Happens to the best. Asking with the gloves of haste. And yeah, of course, with that delay on the DK, not punishable. But there are corpses now. And no Arcane Tower in the base.
Denies off the summon there. If the DK goes for instant harass like this, you really want to prioritize not giving him any experience. If you can make it to where the Expo is standing and he can't steal creeps anymore and he's not level 2, that is the dream. Usually though, 1-0 will find his experience somewhere. Scout Tower coming up now. A little late perhaps. And Militia to be called. Only 3. Sokka's taking his time here.
His tech is late already. 1-0 started his quite some time ago.
Oh, DK coming in at the perfect time. Is he gonna mistime the coil again? Not this time.
First experience and a Tomb of Intelligence for the Death Knight, so a little more mana. And almost the right click on the Warcraft Mantle, but expired before. 1-0 could have gotten more here, in my opinion.
Didn't want to go for the coil on the level 1 creeps though. That always feels a little weird. Wants to secure the bigger kills. If he gets the Ogre Magi and perhaps a little bit more, that would be his level 2. Sock is playing this very slowly. It looks like he's giving a lot of respect to 1-0.
Yep. Has to play this kind of safely. And now level 2 only. It's kind of late.
Alright, take on the Militia though. And that is going to be the expansion. 6 peasants, in fact, to be safe. And it's kind of important for the DK to get these last hits, honestly. Fiend is here already, though. That's gonna help.
Players' forces are under attack.
Can he get the big one? We have a Fiend. We have a DK with 3 coils. And he's very close. Ooh, this is hard to play against. But he's right-clicking the DK. I like that. That was the first one.
Cooldown. Now we can go for the big one. Can the DK get it with the right click? Oh, not quite.
That was really close. He gets the Fiend with the surround. That was nice. 2 more units die for Sock. But taking out the Spider was important.
Yeah, once again, a bit of a sloppy mistake. Looks like Water Zero was only looking at the HP of the Ogre Magi, trying to get that one. Lets his Fiend get surrounded. And now this is exactly what I was talking about. The expansion is crap, the AM's gonna be level 3 here in a moment, and the DK didn't get level 2. He can't hang around. Has to go back to his side of the map. Has to start creeping now, I suppose. This may have been a slowed down expansion attempt by Sock, but all things considered, this is a really good early game for him.
He's just super far behind in tech. Tier 3 is already on the way. Destroyer timing could hit him really, really hard if he's going for late Rifleman as well.
But if he's scouting properly and sees a super fast tech, sees the low number of fiends and so on, Lich missing especially, he can just tower up. And tower up were already the answer against destroyer pushes in the past, and there's a good reason we don't see destroyer pushes anymore. They have become a lot weaker than they used to be.
True, destroyers got nerfed basically everywhere. Damage, HP, Dispel, everything.
Yeah.
And the mighty gyrocopters on tier 2, Remo, don't forget about them. Make fun of me, come on, come on.
They broke the meta! Sock's playing it really safe here, going for 2 towers and a shop at the expansion before the tech in the main. So yeah, he's slowing himself down tremendously here. Oh, that shop kill would be a big deal though. I know you love pointing that one out, Neo. No statues.
It is the Achilles heel of Undead. He's going for an Acolyte first to prevent the expansion. And now for the shop. This is a heavy commitment. He might lose 1 or 2 footmen, but it is so worth it. He also has no Rods of Necromancy anymore. No, but he bought it last second. But yeah, no statues for a long time. He gets 1 out. That's about it.
Sock has to start attacking. Okay, he just did a moment ago. But again, a little bit late.
Staff at the Haunted, trying to aim for more Acolytes. He's still in tech for quite a bit. It's time to TP out now that the Lich is out, though.
He's not gonna get the Acolytes, but at least he wants to prevent mining here as long as he can. Here's the Lich, there's the Nova. Yeah, it's time to leave.
Yeah, but he's still hanging in here. This is another 2 kills.
It's only footies, though.
Yeah, it's 3.
Oh, he sees the tier 3 timing as well. Perhaps goes for that Nova. Suddenly the DK is level 3. He threw a lot of footmen into that meat grinder.
Yeah.
What's the gold difference? 400. Okay, that's certainly quite a lot.
Now starting again. And he had to revive some Acolytes. And now the shop only.
This is looking like old meta. Like footmen harass into the base, trying to go for Acolytes, and behind that, towers.
400 gold made sure that the TP kind of paid off. He has the gold advantage from the expansion, but of course he has to invest into towers and sieging this. Not sieging, but walling this off. SimCity this a little. Lich is super fast attack with his hands, but the Orb of Corruption is missing right now. Otherwise, this would be power creeping with the -4 armor from the orb. You get the 12 o'clock, you get the 6 o'clock.
Oh, look at
and
the AM.
the Archmage is going into the base again. No shop
That is
means
so
no
smart.
statues, means no destroyers, means no solution.
Oh, that's actually an outstanding move right there. Really, really, really good. No statues for such a long time. Certainly means no destroyer push, obviously, but also means only 1 statue for region. You want to have 2 ideally. Lich now knocking on the front door of the expo, but there's 3 guard towers there. He's not gonna break this, realizes, okay, nothing I can do here, has to walk back. Lots of inefficient movement now, I want to zero.
Oh boy. There's an Acolyte moving in here, getting the tome up again. Lich is getting levels, that's fine, but this all could have been way faster. In the meantime, tier 3 tech has started. We have
was
1
late
level
with
of
the
hasten.
expo a little bit, was late with the tier 2 tech a little bit, Sock was, but now he's going tier 3 straight away. And the first workshop coming in. Is it once again cancer time?
The return of King Cancer.
A player's forces
We
are
don't
under
think so,
attack.
though. It's just you need...
Could just be going Knight's Gyros as
Yeah,
well.
Knight's Gyros. You need the Gyros against the Destroyers, even though they're late.
Paladin second. We see that especially when you want to have Blizzard defense against the Fiends. AM rains down the Blizzard.
Yeah.
Paladin's there for the heal. For the time being, though, it's still Water Elementals.
You know
Footies
what
and AM.
surprises me? Sox shows to me like no sign of nervousness. There's no sloppy mistakes because it's such a big stage.
But I feel like he always also shows a tendency of playing it extremely safe. Like this early game, he made double and triple sure that he's, you know, not gonna get, I don't know, harassed too much and slow down his expo and so on.
Blizzard transition
A player's
already.
forces are
And
under
an
attack.
Invis potion. Hey, it's gonna be annoying. Light now summoned. Acolyte moving down. Counter expansion in the works. Destroyer upgrade now. What's the time? 10 minutes 20. So
Saw the Acolyte, but decided to run past him. Going for the gold harass in the main. Really annoying as well. Is there a staff of teleportation ready in the shop? Then the Lich could go for one. Oh, he already has one. Smart play by 120. Already having that mobility tool on the Lich.
A player's forces
Ice
are
Age
under
at
attack.
the haunted gold mine. Moving all the acolytes
Town
away.
is under
But
siege.
Archmage is slowed. Ghoul's taking care. How much damage can he do? 4 guard towers.
Repair starts a little bit late. But...
120 is losing 1 ghoul. Losing 2 ghouls. Using almost a 3rd ghoul. But there's no mining going on here.
In comes the Paladin. But can't really do too much. Is it killing this Haunted? He's out of mana though.
Forces are under
AM.
Yeah, right clicking would take too long.
And he's just forcing down these towers. Shouldn't be the AM over here defending? Repair, once again, a little bit late. Losing another one of those towers.
Splits his forces. Footman going to the expansion, but there is no expansion. Staff home now. But to the main. Oh no, to the Paladin, sorry.
Town is under siege.
Holy Light takes out 1 Fiend. 3 towers gone, 2 still left standing. And the tier 3 is done, by the way. Tanks are starting production.
Really? Is it really King Cancer time? Okay. The Footman took out the Acolyte. Or... oh no, he's moving away, but he takes out the Ziggurat here. Can 120 hold on until the
Towers
mine
and
is
tanks.
empty?
A player's forces
we
are
go.
under attack.
7,000
Whatever it takes.
It's 1,000 or 900 gold difference in the mains. Staff now on the Archmage. No third hero. Could be a Blood Mage later. But triple hero on Echo quite hard. Dark Ranger. Now for 120.
Yeah. For the science on the AM is going to be very effective against that Blizzard. No pooling of the tanks, by the way. They're running over right away.
Footmen are joining this. Ooh, these
A player's
peasants are
forces
very
under
hurt.
attack.
Sok has to constantly reproduce them. Only at 50 food and super low on resources.
A town is under siege.
Tanks in the main now, along with footies. That's actually really smart to bring the footmen as well. Footmen take out the acolytes and the tanks try to take out the buildings. But still, it's only 2, however, also with 2 attack upgrades.
And the Lich is staffing away. Rest of the army stays here. Archmage is stepping into the north as well with the TP. He's going for the haunted gold mine now. Will he deny all the mining? He's going hard for the acolytes. Has a lot of HP, and that's GG.
Wow.
Sok wins map number 2. Not the most stylish play. He didn't win this because of an awesome micro move, but very smart attacks. And these shop cancels and shop kills, I say it for years. Someone is listening, finally. But no, that was really well executed. Good, like really well timed attacks.
Yeah. And also a pretty bad early game by 120. This is the reason why usually we don't see this opening so much anymore. If you go for level 1 DK harass and you don't find the steals for level 2, you're in a crap position suddenly. He tried it again here. Yeah, it didn't work. Sok got off to a good start and really solid performance playing it through. Not very stylish, involved tanks and Blizzard and stuff, but you know, whatever you need to get the W.
Exactly. In a top 4, if it's your biggest tournament ever, then that really is a solution. This was the case in both of their WGL qualifier matches as well. 1-1 after 2 maps. We haven't seen a single Amazonia there once, by the way. Was one game 1-0 went Firelord actually and won. The power of Soulburn, Remo.
Such a good spell.
Yeah, you make fun of that.
So next map, last Refuge. Plenty of creeps to go around here. If you find yourself in the late game, destroyers and such, plenty of experience to be grabbed up. Also easier attackable expansion. As far as creeping the expo, it's just as simple as it is on Echo Isles, actually. So the human can certainly go for this. But then later on, the timing push may hit you harder. 1-0, though, it should be his prime focus now to have a better start into the early. Perhaps he's not paying enough attention to this. We saw this 2 games in a row now. First game was due to execution. He had a bit of a sloppy start into the early. And the second one was just, I think, opening choice that is outdated and came to backfire there on him. Is this a bit... We've always known 1-0 is a bit of a cocky player. Does he feel like, I don't need the best start in the game. I can just outplay him over time. Is that his thought process?
I think so. Like, his late game control is almost above everyone else's. So why not? But he needs an okay way into the late game, I feel. This shall not happen again, that everything is so much delayed. But Sok found a good way of preventing him from that late game scenario with triple hero, with high level heroes, and stopped him way before. Last Refuge, by the way, they played this twice in the WGL qualifier. Both times it was 1-0's map to take. With a Dreadlord, by the way. Twice.
What?
Like third.
I did not cast that game.
Third.
Ah.
Not first. So instead of the Dark Ranger to slow, like for Carrion Swarm against rifles and for killing workers, the Dreadlord is absolutely insane. If there's enough experience on the map, and Last Refuge certainly has a lot of creeps.
Yep. Normally, if you really prioritize it, level 3 for the third hero should be acquirable. Also, of course, an answer against tanks is the Dreadlord.
Since patch 1.29, it is.
Yep. Should it come to that. I saw that clip recently where that Dreadlord with the Carrion Swarm killed all those gyros that you were casting. Mm. I hadn't seen that before. That was glorious, dude. All right.
It was like an octa kill or something. I don't know how many gyros fell there. So Sok is ready. Took some time. 1-0 says go as well. All the observers are ready. Lots of Russian streamers here.
Wakadaga is hot, right?
Yes.
Cool.
He must be a funny caster, man. His streams are really good. Oh, Gornland Harbor is tweeting, thanks to Liquipedia for giving the answer. The last time that 1-0 lost to Human was April 8, 2018 in the match for third at the Automats Cup.
Wow.
That is almost a year.
That's pretty sick. Very impressive track record. Can he keep it up now, or is Sok gonna provide another upset? He wasn't supposed to be here really, but Sok, playing his little Korean b-boy heart out, has impressed us all and has certainly made a fan out of me. Yeah, despite him playing tanks.
Did you reach out to the president of the Sok fan club yet, as you were suggesting yesterday?
Still nobody told me who it is, so I still gotta get that info in.
Maybe you can become the president of the fan club. Make some stickers, posters.
Yeah, get some
Hats.
LED signs for the next time we see him offline.
Alrighty, 1-0 in the blue, bottom left. And his opponent, Sock, in the upper right. Once again, coming from the open qualifier into the top 4 and beyond.
That would truly be something. Dude, I would love to see Sock win this entire tournament. But it's a long road still ahead. He has shown that 1-0 is not unbeatable. Echo Isles was his map to take. This now is...
Blood Mage!
Blood Mage again, wow. Huh.
This is the map where he destroyed Moon with the Blood Mage. This is the map where Reprisal back in 2015 threw Lucifer out of the APAC qualifier for WCA with a Blood Mage, Zeppelin, Flame Strike, Harass into the Haunted Gold Mine.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. If the Undead doesn't know how to properly play against it, this can really be effective. Now you might be, what's the proper way to play against it? I don't know. I keep losing against this on ladder. What Agent told me is you don't want to play Fiends. You want to play mass ghouls and have like 4 ghouls in the expansion, 4 ghouls in the main at all times, basically.
It seems weird to play ghouls against Flame Strike.
But you know, you never head-on fight. You just harass over and over.
Yeah, of course. But
so cool to see. So cool to see. 1-0 is usually a guy who knows the answers, who's especially lame-proof. But what about a Blood Mage first? Does he know what the ins and outs of this are?
Sock scouts this creeping. 1-0 goes for the consumable first. It is no skill chosen yet on Sock. Is it the angry Korea man here? And that is the Flame Strike creep. Goes fairly fast, of course, with the AoE.
Alright, Eklai sees it now. Here we go. The jig is up. What's the response? So far everything... Oh, he did go! Yeah. Did you say already 4 ghouls?
Nope, didn't.
He's got 4 ghouls. This is very unusual. We don't normally see this in a Ted Fiend opening. And here comes the Siphon. Suddenly, only 1 coil left.
One coil got one of the Murlocs, so Blood Mage progress is slowed down a little.
1-0 might be agreeing with Agent here as he's going for ghouls only so far, no fiends.
Yeah, it's 5.
A player's forces are under attack.
When's he gonna call the militia? Of course, you have to go for an expansion with the Blood Mage. You can't play this one base. Again, he's waiting quite a while, going for the lumber mill before the expansion. Here come the militia. 7 should easily be enough for this camp.
Siphon again, but coil hits him, Frostborn hits him, Skeletons blocked by the...
Oh!
Footlands are now almost a surround.
Alright, here come the ghouls for the harass. The DK won't be able to do too much. Oh, the flame strike!
Oh, nicely
Ghouls
moving out of the way.
completely dodge it though.
Yeah, dodged it entirely and killed one of his own units for it. And more is about to fall. No coils anymore, but the Skeletons might do the difference. Who will get the Ogre? That's the biggest thing here. Sock got it. Close of attack on the ground. Flame strike again, this time hitting better. But so much damage on his own workers as well. Ghouls slaughtering this now. Level 2 for the Death Knight. Or are they? Yes, they are.
Bringing more militia from the main though. And this cost a couple of ghoul lives as well. This is level 3 now for the Blood Mage. Trying to run down that ghoul. Ooh,
A player's forces are under attack.
He has new militia. That was very, very costly.
What's the skill point on the Blood Mage?
Let me check.
Flame Strike, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Flame Strike 2, okay. That's a lot of damage from that spell. Expo is coming up, though.
Thanks a lot, Chief Quee, for the 150 bits. I might be working, but I can't miss Sock Blood Mage hype. That is
Absolutely.
correct. Sacrificial Skull.
Huh. Okay. Just pop it down for a bit more regen somewhere.
Yeah. But this is where the human fun begins. With Flame Strike into the base. Oh, not yet.
Blood Mage is low HP though. If he goes close to the lane.
Beastmaster with a bear!
A player's forces are under attack.
Are you serious?
I am!
Only gonna have one bear though, from the look of things.
This is the first time I see an undead play a Beastmaster, apart from the Infi PCG mirror match at WGL.
Alright, here we go. Skeletons coming in for the harass. Plenty of Blood Mage mana, but Flame Strike is probably gonna hurt him more than it's gonna do him good. Here comes the Sacrificial Skull. The Ghoul coming in for good measure as well. Here is the Flame Strike. Damaging himself more than anything. But again, the Beastmaster's dry. No more spells to be used by him.
Yep. Lots of stuff about to fall here, but still far away from a level 3 DK. That's like 3 units. Oh, nice Michael with 4. Flame Strike again hitting well against the ghouls. But, oh, the Blood Mage has to be careful.
The town is under siege.
And he needs towers now.
He's mass producing peasants. There's no tech here anywhere in sight. One guard tower coming up here behind. The peon line is certainly gonna help him. And the Blood Mage at the moment, the Flame Strikes don't seem to be doing too much. He's hurting 1 or 2 ghouls, but...
Sock at low lumber. He couldn't repair, really. And the second tower dies as well. Aye, that hurts.
1-0 making it work. With the Beastmaster, who's almost level 2, by the way.
Yep, he killed so much. Every coil is prevented, but there's just no damage. Flame Strike again kills 1 ghoul finally, but also a footman of his.
Oh, and there's a statue
pick
now.
block.
Player's forces
Oh yeah,
are under
the
attack.
statue is so big.
Statue's making a massive difference. Oh, and now he can't defend against the ghouls and the Beastmaster anymore. The peons are getting
level 2.
completely wrecked.
Hawk even for scouting. We'll see no tech in the main, and he's gonna be so happy about it. Endless slaughter. The culling of Sock.
Oh, that Flame Strike though.
Yeah, that was,
That
nice
was
indeed.
decent.
Needs a potion soon. The Hawk's on patrol. So sweet how 1-0 dodges these Flame Strikes.
Player's forces are under
No,
attack.
the Blood Mage actually has to be careful. Not the tankiest of heroes.
Oh, there's
I
no
think if
coil.
he had gone for Banish instead of Flame Strike, he would have had a much easier time in this game. But I can't deny the style. GG though. It's not gonna happen again.
Nope, the Blood Mage killed Moon, but it's not enough for 1-2-0. 8-minute defeat and match points for the Chinese. It could be an all-Chinese tournament, the rematch of Masters Colosseum. If 1-2-0 wins this as well. Beastmaster second with a bear.
Was that even good? He had like 1 bear in this entire game. Was it more than 1? I don't think so. I think he only had the 1 bear summon. It was, at that point, pretty good against the building peasants. How wonky.
Worked out in the end for him, I guess. So for the 3rd time, 1-2-0 is taking last Refuge in a best of 3 against Sock.
Yeah. I think you really should have gone for the Banish there. If you go Banish, you have great abilities to save plenty of units. Perhaps even Banish a Ghoul, limit the damage. The DK is going to be out of mana always, so he can't execute.
Yeah.
There was a chance. There was a chance.
Now maybe if 1-2-0 is not pressuring the expansion too much, or the human in general, there might be more time for the Blood Mage and the Flame Strike to work. And yeah, having these ghouls, being smart enough to not go blindly into fiends, but having these quick ghouls that can dodge the Flame Strikes.
Yeah. The
And
initial
deal
harass
damage.
The initial harass at the expo, of course, made that all possible.
Yeah.
Came in at the perfect time.
Yeah. So Northern Isles next. That is a map that SOC won against 120 in one of the WGL qualifiers. That was in the winner bracket semifinal with a Naga second, actually.
Was that Naga Orb of Fire nonsense? We used to see this sometimes.
It wasn't like 4 orbs or something. Maybe it was 1.
Orb of Fire, Frost Arrow, and Mana Shield. That used to be a thing for a little while. Wait, was it Sok or Chimiko who played this Human Mirror Dread Pit Lord with a cleave?
Chimiko, I think. On Amazonia?
And we had this crazy Turtle Rock game as well.
Dude, did you see Mad Frog with his Pit Lord? With
No.
Cleave against the Mass Archer strat? Because in the cast we were saying, wouldn't the Pit Lord be so good against Mass Archers? Because of Cleave and of course Hall of Terror. And in the new Warcraft 3 news, there's a clip of Mad Frog playing the Pit Lord against Mass Archers, and that boy wrecks archers. Like, one attack hits 5 archers at the same time. So sick. 120 is taking a little break. So if you guys have questions, let us know. We will be broadcasting the MTW Legendary Qualifier number 3 later today at 6 p.m. over at mymtw.com.
Yeah, we have 6 players that are already determined for the offline event in Berlin, and we need 2 more.
Exactly. And then tomorrow we have the game for third in the grand final of Yule Cup. $12,500 will be handed out. $6,000 for the winner. And on Sunday, the last 4th MTW qualifier, again at mymtw.com, powered by Thermal Take and W3IL. At the end of the day, at the end of the week.
Did you see that, speaking of Chimiko, did you see his block in that clip that somebody keeps sending?
Nope.
Okay, have to check that out later. Typical Chimiko with the insane blocks.
Yeah, he's so good with that.
We had been talking about Chimiko the last 2 years or so already, you know, up-and-coming human player from Korea, really promising, but Sok has overtaken him, in my opinion, with this tournament performance, top 4, such a great run for him. But now, is this where it all ends? Is this where the dream stops and Sok has to wake up?
Well, we'll continue tomorrow, of course, in the game for third. Could still be $1,500 for him. But yeah, he needs to win 2 maps in a row now against 120. That's not so easy. But Northern Isles should be really good for him. And the last remaining map, I guess, as well. That's either CH or TM or TS, right?
Yeah, so TM is definitely vetoed.
Yeah.
And then it's between TS and CH. Probably CH, let's say.
Thank you, Townsend, for the 5-month resub. Yeah. Refuge is coming. Someone.
Sok here. One more chance. He's here. He's ready. We're about to head in.
120 calls for the go as well. Admin started right away. He said it. Is this the end of the road for the B-boy? Or will he spin back and make this a full series?
Of course, what we're all hoping for. A full 5-map series. Bring them all to the edge. The one game he won so far was early expansion, harassment style, Blizzard, Holy Light, tanks. That could be doable here as well. This is by no means a bad fast expansion map at all. Perhaps his best call now.
Yeah, I agree. The question is when? After the before the tech, during the tech, after the tech? We will see. I'm pretty sure.
0. This is a ghoul build.
Oh yeah.
What?
He crept incredibly nice here by stealing the Scorpions, both sides. But he did that with only skeletons. Which is crazy enough. Maybe with ghouls it goes even better.
Usually you want to play ghoul opening though. That's the way it used to be, and that's a long time ago. If you want to have a strong timing against the human expansion attempt. Twisted Meadows, for example, Amazonia, Turtle Rock, maps like those. This is not such a map. You can lure out the creeps, they don't cast spells, you creep it first, you're level 2 right away. If he runs over with ghouls immediately, is he even in time? He's probably gonna be in time. But I'm really interested to see what he does here with these ghouls in the early. Is it really just for creeping? It is certainly very unusual.
Yeah. I mean, he can... I think he crept the Tuskars with ghouls only as well. Like 1 or 2 ghouls and statues. That is super risky and greedy. I think there are multiple options for 1-2-0 here now. Which one is the best? Which one is he going for? We don't know. Archmage for Sock. Footman only.
Yeah, especially on Northern Isles. I'm so baffled by this. Especially if he goes creeping. Because there's basically no medium armor creeps on this map. Early accessible at least. Is he just gonna expand? That will blow my mind. With ghouls you can creep the natural right away actually. But no. Seems like he's going to the Ogre Magi. That will be level 2 for the DK right away. And instant gold mine creep from Sock. That's not too surprising. This is a very good opening creep route for the human against Undead and against Night Elf also. See this.
So, this will take a little bit of HP as the Tuskars with Bloodlust are pretty strong. Has to invest the second coil here already. On the other side, no big damage on the peasants. This is looking really good for Sock. And a pendant of energy.
Alright, and the early expansion, as it seems. When you go for the instant expo, sometimes the AM can end up being stuck on level 2 forever, which is going to be painful. He's power building a scout tower before the... I guess he didn't have the money for the expo just yet.
3 ghouls coming over now. No level 2 for 1-2-0 yet.
Alright, using one of the coils here. He's gonna have one left after this one. Oh, but the wall of mana stealing! Coming in really nicely right there.
Can he buy time for the tower to get rid of these skeletons? Workers are being harassed and slaughtered in the back. Level 2, new militia coming in, new footmen as well. He's power repairing. Oh, it's actually only 1 repair. And he easily overwhelms him with a mass of bones and ghouls.
Ooh, this is starting to become very expensive here. So at least 3 peasant kills already. More skeletons. So many skeletons, but the DK... Oh, almost got surrounded. He would have loved to have that surround. Finally some peace and quiet for the human at the expansion. But now he has to be careful himself with the AM. Doesn't want to get surrounded there. More peasant kills. Oh my god, 1-2-0 got so many peasant kills.
Level 2.3 here. It is free damage on the DK now. And 3 peasants only. And still so many skeletons. And he moves to the right. How long on these? Oh, there's still a bit duration here. He plays it so nice. This attack completely overwhelmed him. Didn't expect this either.
Some old school undead play here. Ghoul harass at the expansion. This is a blast from the past right here.
No Rod of Necromancy anymore. No Wand of Mana stealing anymore. Wanted to deny that ghoul, but didn't work.
One more peasant, very injured over here. Oh, the skeleton expires. I didn't keep counting, but it was a lot of peasant kills, let me tell you. Must have been at least 6-7. Attack is miles and miles away from Sock.
Also, okay, now power building with 5. And this time it's quite hard to kill the shop. 1-0 also not low on lumber. And tier 2 is finished. Lich immediately for more harass. New Rod of Necromancy. We go again. But Archmage will find level 3.
Yep. Can keep on crawling here along the green camps. His expansion at least should be safe. as it's up now. Towers are coming, but the lumber is looking really low. He was supply stuck there for a long time. Had to wait for the town hall to finish to be able to make more peasants. In the meantime, he only had 3 on lumber, so that's why he's struggling so hard right now. AM moving forward. If he cancels this slaughterhouse, this would be beautiful for him. Gets the level up. That's level 3. That should be enough damage. Oh, I guess not.
He has a staff as well, so he can get out of surrounds. Yeah, interesting that he doesn't just right-click the slaughterhouse. Oh, messes up the surrounds, buying some more time. But this water elemental did nothing.
Nope. Only experience for 1-0. Was almost level 3 DK now. Has a nice claws of attack there for the Lich as well, bringing heal pot to be safe and even more ghouls. Unusually heavy ghoul usage by 1-0. Normally we don't see this from him, against human at least. But it seems to be making a lot of sense. Whew. AM eats the Coil Nova. Thankful for that replenishment now.
Footman out of position a little. They weren't really sure what to do and where to go for. Of course, it's a little scouting information now, but 2 of them die immediately. At least 1 of them dies immediately. So 1 arcane tower up, but only 39 supply. Which needs more mana.
1 more kill on the DK's level 3, by the way. He's aiming for the Fiends around once again. Doesn't quite get it. But no region here, no statues yet. With statues coming in, this is gonna get even more difficult for Sock. But for the time being, all damage is kind of permanent.
That's level 3 here. And is the coil, saves this fiend. Lich has a claw, this is also nice, but the DK, yeah, he has the potion. So right-clicking this one doesn't even do too much. 1 water elemental is idling here. Not participating in this fight. And now the statue, as you said, has arrived.
And in we go. Towers in the back, not finished yet. Perfectly timed here to go for them. Fully's not quite in position to keep the towers safe. They were still healing up with the AM, still trying to get mana for more water elementals. Aiming for the statue now. That's the right call. This is the backbone, the region, the sustain of the Undead army. And 1-0 has to fall back a little.
It is more time for more towers. But there's also 2 more coils. No more Nova at all, so Lich only right-clicking here. Got a strong right-click. Second tower about to fall. Sock needs something to get rid of this lockdown by 1-0.
Oh,
tower
that was
falls.
so close.
That was so close to completion.
New statue coming in. Or is it the same one? I'm not sure. Anyways, certainly damage there as well. A good statue micro by 1-0 as pretty much always. Ghouls here were taking out some more units in the back at the expansion, sacrificing their lives, at least 1 or 2 of them. But that should be fine for 1-0, who is, by the way, teching behind this 2 tier 3. Tier 3 was delayed quite a bit, but it's actually now close to finishing as well.
Sock is getting ready for tier 2 as well. Needs 1 quarter, but no losses for 1-0 really. These no big or significant losses. Statue is still up. He's haunting it now, but of course he's microing them away. He blocks the water elemental to prevent the damage and keeps this obsidian statue up. Tier 3 done. Destroyer upgrade must follow soon. Second statue already healed, so he can exchange them.
A player's forces
Pair,
are under attack.
Ooh, Footman. Statue blocks itself now. Okay, we have more statues. That's fine.
Tier 2 is done. It's second hero time for Sock. What's it gonna be? Naga.
Again. Late Naga here once more to catch reinforcements and to have damage, but both so squishy.
Yeah. Has to be extra careful. Also really good against statues. That's slow. Obviously the statues can't get coiled. Frost armor makes him a little bit more tanky, but might still be enough to finally get a kill here.
Archmage now stepping out, but Avada Kedavra! This is the coil throwing the Archmage off his horse into the dust and basically free. There's 1,000 gold for Sock, but almost no lumber.
He should have seen that coming though. There was mana on the DK, and now
the
Naga on top.
Oh well, no mana.
A town is under siege.
Going for the tavern revive. Here we go. He brought healing and clarity. It's very nice of him.
A player's force
First
is
tower
under
is up.
attack.
Next statue. 2 fiends low. This is good damage, but it's no kills. Silence now. Dark Ranger third.
Oh,
And
the surround on the Naga.
Sweet. So sweet. Can't get out. TP is on the Archmage. And the Naga falls without getting a kill.
Buys a lot of time though with that death.
A player's force
All the
is
time,
under
1-0
attack.
stuck in the middle. Now the AM is gonna run down one fiend. Naga's gonna be back soon, being only level 1.
Destroyer so low. Statue so low. Fiend so low. And yet Sock can't do anything against it.
Zog is praying for nighttime. Here we go. Now we can finally go for invuls at the shop.
Breakers and tier 3.
A town is under siege.
One statue here could easily be getting taken out, but the undead army is here ready. The Dark Ranger coming back from the main with the Orb of Corruption. Plenty more damage
Are
now.
under attack.
Archmage Invul Potion.
Thought he could get the statue kill there. And he will.
Well, ooh, that was an expansive one. Army separated now as well. Priest pays the price, and this Lich now might be a game winner. More and more and more statues. Old school destroyer push, right? But he's stuck at 50, needs to wait for the Ziggurat. Is level 3 Lich now. Mighty Coil Nova combo unlocked. He has no solution to the breakers yet. No workshop. He goes double Sanctum tier 3.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, trying to stabilize with the breakers and then finally get something good on tier 3 out. Can't go for breaker bolts around. That sometimes can be an answer. But of course here no Mountain King. Oh,
Yeah.
that scout from the destroyer as well. Seeing the creeping of the human, now Sock super afraid. He doesn't know where the army is. But we know 1-0 is actually fairly far away from the expansion at this point, at the marketplace, creeping that one up, giving quite a bit more time to Sock.
Let's see, is there anything interesting? Big mana potion, but he can't of course afford it. Without an expansion of his own, didn't even creep that yet. But never count Sock out. Yesterday, Concealed
A
Hills
player's
against
forces
Moon.
are under attack.
That was the comeback. I haven't seen a comeback like this. Holding on to his expansion for such a long time. Taking so many losses. Level 9 Keeper of the Grove.
Yeah, that was something. The Naga in front, taking plenty of damage, has the heal pot though. Here we go, Destroyers in the air, going for the towers, going for the arcanes first. Already spending plenty of their mana. Not too much, actually, to be honest. Sock doesn't have an army yet. He has towers. That's all he has.
Are under attack.
And the question is for how long, as the repair peasants are being greeted by a big Nova. One more, and they all fall. There's plenty of mana, as he can eat the skeletons now. Massive losses for Sock and the economy.
Even saving that fiend with the heal scroll. He's starting to lose everything! Heal potion the M keeps him alive, but only for so long. Has to reposition with the TP, trying to save himself here, trying to save his game, his tournament chances. Oh my god, is he stuck back here?
Looks like it. He can't go to the shop. He's stuck. Oh no. What a miserable end to what was a great tournament for Sock. He's kind of safe from abominations, but that's about it. More units fall. The shop falls. No more breakers. Only casters from the sanctums. Tier 3. Is that somehow helping him? Mass militia now, but for what? For what?
Player's forces are under attack.
Trying to bring in everything for the defense. Hold one more time. Repel this undead at all costs. Paladin can provide some healing, but he can't get out. He can't get out of this little corner.
He fights this without the first hero, without the second hero, without the priest. Gets the undead out of tower range. There's an orb of fire, by the way, on the Naga. He's doing him a little favor and opening up this pit of misery. Why is he? Oh, okay, now he is.
Still stuck actually, but
Keeps him
everything's dying. We have one tower left only. And the little standing force that there is for the human is laughable. 3 breakers, 1 priest is not good enough. He has triple hero, but they're not strong. Not nearly as strong as 1-2-0-0s are. Now the way is open to the heroes. And once those fall, this game must certainly be over.
There's so much mana on the Lich. There's still 2 coils. And a lot of mana on the like a lot of damage on the destroyers as well. Going for the heroes now. Sok does not want to give up, but his paladin can't heal anymore as he's dead. And these 2 wizards will die. Naga next. GG! 1-2-0 was struggling on map 2, but makes it in the end. 3-1. All the Koreans out. The grand final is purely Chinese, and it is Infi versus 1-2-0.
A throwback to Masters Colosseum right there. It was looking a little troublesome for the Chinese, but they make it an all-Chinese final once again. Too bad to see Sog's run end, but all the props to him, man. This was a super successful tournament for him. We oftentimes talk about breakout performances, and I think this has to be his.
Yep, we've seen this before, though, by some Korean players like Taidu Esports Masters had So-In on a run for 3rd, but I think the lineups wasn't as stacked as this. This had the absolute world elite in it, no player missing, really. And he made it top 4, could still go top 3 if he defeats Focus tomorrow in the game for 3rd. He has $750 guaranteed. That's a lot compared to his earnings before. Can still boost it up to 1,500. He did better than TH, Moon, Lawlight, and Foggy, Lin, Lucifer, and Fly. This is quite a big tournament for Sok. He was super happy yesterday, deservedly so, taking out Moon. But we get a rematch from the group stage. It was Infi versus 1-2-0 back then, and Infi was playing Night Elf. 1-2-0 defeated him 2-0, no problem at all. So I wonder if Infi is playing Human tomorrow, or sticks to the Night Elf that were very successful for him today.
Yeah, I wonder as well. I would expect he goes Night Elf, but we'll learn tomorrow. It's going to be great finals anyways. Well, best game for 3rd first, and then the best of 7 grand final to figure out who becomes the champion of the Yule Cup, with plenty of prize money as well.
6,000 for the winner, 3,000 for the runner-up. We will conclude this tomorrow starting at 12. Of course, we're going to be here. Later today, MTW Legendary Cup Qualifier number 3 over at mymtw.com. We will be casting this for you to determine the 3rd participant after Happy and Foggy. Could be Thorzane, for example. And some Koreans have signed up as well for that. And yeah, if you like what we do, feel free to follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Like our shit there, share our shit there to increase our reach and maybe make new people aware of what we're doing here with the Warcraft 3 scene. You can contribute financially to this project as well if you subscribe here on Twitch. You get replays there on our Discord as well. You can use PayPal, credit card, or cryptocurrency, and the donate link in the stream description. You can use the Amazon referral links for the UK, US, and Germany, also in the stream and VOD description, or buy our merchandise like this, shop.backtowarcraft.com, or in the YouTube VOD section. And I guess that's it. Or did I miss anything?
Thank you to all the supporters today. Lots of donations coming in, and subscribers as well. Our latest one, Nostrix. We don't want to forget about you. So yeah, hopefully you guys will join us later again. mymtw.com. It's not going to be on Twitch. It's going to be on mymtw.com at 6. That is 3 hours and 20 minutes. And then again tomorrow. Plenty of Warcraft action. It's been a blast today and a pleasure to provide it for you. And I hope we'll see you again very soon.
Thanks to our mods and everyone who tickered at Liquipedia. Here are the do nuts. Goodbye routine. See you later.